Namaste friends, welcome back to my channel. Friends, in today's video we are going to make this gorgeous bracelet with pearls and bicons, and you can see how elegant it looks. It just looks like a cuff bracelet, and I have named this bracelet as Pearl Bicon Bracelet. Here I have already made this bracelet in this beautiful color combination of pink and red, and in one more color combination of the blues and champagne. You can see the look, and you can see the variations that are created by these 11 O's that I'm using in both the bracelet. Here I have used champagne, and here I have used blue over champagne, so you can see the difference in the look of both the bracelets. And in both the looks it looks really very gorgeous. And in today's video we are going to make this bracelet in green color. Friends, for making our pearl bicon bracelet in green color, we are going to use these 6 mm pearls in peridot green color. Then I'm going to use these 4 mm bicons in olivine color and 3 mm pearls in cream color. Here I'm using 11 O's. These are Muki Duracoat Galvanized Champagne 11 O's and 15 O's. These are Muki Duracoat Galvanized Champagne 15 O's. I'll be working with Muki thread and size 12 beading needle. For the clasp, I'm going to use the pearl, and if you want to use any other clasp, you can use of your own choice. Friends, we will start making our pearl bicon bracelet by picking up these 6 mm beads. I have picked up 4 6 mm beads, and I'm bringing these down towards the end of my thread. Here I'm using about 6 feet length of thread, and I will add the thread as and when required, because it will become difficult to work with a very long thread. Now I'm tying a double knot like this, and I'm passing through all the 4 beads, very gently pulling in the tail in between these pearls. Like this. And now, first of all, we are going to add our pearl as a clasp. So for this, I'm picking up 8 11 O champagne. So here I have picked up 8 11 O's, and I'm going to pass through the same 6 mm pearl like this, stepping up into the first 4 11 O's and picking up 1 11 O champagne, going down through the next 4 11 O's, back into the pearl, up through the 4 11 O's and the one which we added just now. So I just pass through the 5 11 O's, and now I'm picking up 1 11 O champagne, 1 6 mm pearl, and 1 11 O champagne. So these 3 beads, bringing these down, skipping the 11 O, moving down through the pearl and the 11 O into this 11 O, once again I'm going to pass through all these 3 beads that we have just added, just to reinforce and strengthen the thread. Enter the 11 into the pearl and the 11 champagne, and into this 11 at the bottom. Down to these 11 champagne, into this 11, back into the pearl. So here we have added this pearl clasp pair. Now into the 6 pearl and into this 6 pearl opposite to the one to which we have added the clasp. Now let us first cut the tail off. And now as I'm exiting through this 6 pearl, I'm picking up 3 6 pearls, going back into this pearl, making a right angle weave stitch like this. Just keep your thread nice and tight here. Right now I'm just taking a single pass, as we are going to take so many passes while embellishing it and adding beads to this base component. So just a single pass. Again I'm picking up 3 6 pearls and into this 6 pearl. Like this. So here we have added 3 components, and for making a 7 inches long bracelet we need to add total 18 right angle weave components. So here are 3 components. I'll be adding 15 more and come back. So friends, here I have added all my 18 raw components. Let us count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. So here I have added 18 components, and after adding this 18th one, right now I'm exiting through this last pearl like this, and here I'm going to make the loop for the clasp. So as I'm exiting through this 6 pearl, I'm picking up 8 11 champagne. So here I have picked up 8 11 and I'm moving back into the 6 pearl, stepping up into the first 4 11 champagne, picking up 1 11 champagne, going down through the next 4 11, back into the 6 pearl, up through all these 11 and the one in the middle that we have added just now. And now I have picked up 14 11. Let us count 4, 8, 12 and 14. And now I'm bringing these down, going back into this 11 champagne, stepping up into first 3 11 champagne, picking up 1 11 champagne, moving up into the next 4 11 champagne. Again picking up 1 11 champagne, going down through the next 4 11 champagne, picking up 1 11 champagne, going down through the next 3 11 champagne. Now skipping the 11 at the bottom, moving up into all the 11 including the one that we have added in this round, like this. Now we can take a pass through the 11 at the bottom, and we are going to take one more pass through all these 11 like this. So here we have completed the loop for our clasp, the pearl clasp, and now as I'm exiting through this 11 I am moving down through these 11 and into the pearl. And now here I'm exiting through this 6 pearl into the next 6 pearl, and now I'm picking up my 4 bicon into this next 6 pearl, again picking up one 4 bicon into the next 6 pearl, picking up 4 bicon into the next 6 pearl. So this way I'm going to add these 4 bicons in between these pearls on this edge till I reach this last pearl over here. And this is the last bicon on this side, like this. I have added all the bicons, and now moving into this pearl, down through this 6 pearl, again picking up one 4 bicon and into this next pearl. Again this side I'm adding bicons as I have done on the other side. And I'm going to do this till I reach this last pearl on the other end. And here I'm adding my last bicon, like this. So you can see the look after completing this round. So this is the look after completing this round. And now after adding these bicons, as I'm exiting through the 6 pearl, I'm moving into the 6 pearl and into this 6 pearl. So here I have reached on this side, and now I'm going to pick up 3 11 champagne, 1 3 pearl and 3 11 champagne, and I'm going back into the 6 pearl like this, into the bicon and into the next 6 pearl, picking up 3 11 champagne, 1 3 pearl and 3 11 champagne. Again the set of same beads, 7 beads, back into the 6 pearl like this, into the bicon and into the next 6 pearl. I'm going to pick up the same set of 7 beads, 3 11 champagne, 1 3 pearl and 3 11 champagne and into the 6 pearl. So this way I'm going to add the set of these 7 beads round all the 6 pearls till I reach this last pearl on the other end. Now while adding these 7 beads, I have almost finished up with my thread. Now I'm going to show you how we can add a new thread to my project. So here you can see right now I'm exiting through this 6 pearl. Now I'm moving into this next 6 pearl and I'm going to tie a knot here into this 6 pearl and I'm tying a knot here in between these two pearls. Like this, into this pearl and going into these pearls and bicons like this. Now I'm going to show you how we can add a new thread. Now once again I have taken this 6 feet long thread and here I'm going to add the thread here. So just going to the opposite side of the project and here I'm passing through this 6 pearl and tying a knot in between these pearls, one more knot into this pearl tying a knot in between these two pearls like this, into this 6 pearl into this 6 pearl once again into this 6 pearl we are just securing our thread into the 6 pearl and into the next one, and here we are going to add an embellishment with these 7 beads as we have done in the previous pearls. Let us first cut the tail of the previous thread and this one. And now we are going to proceed with adding these beads. And here I am adding my last set on this side like this, and you can see that I have added these beads. Now here, after adding the set of these beads to this last pearl, I am moving into this 6 mm pearl, into this next 6 mm pearl, and now I am picking up 3 11 champagne and going into this 3 mm pearl, like this. Again picking up 3 11 champagne and into the 6 mm pearl and the next bicon like this, into this next pearl, picking up 3 11 champagne and into the 3 mm pearl, picking up 3 11 champagne back into the 6 mm pearl and the next 4 mm bicon, into the next 6 mm pearl, again picking up 3 11 champagne into the 3 mm pearl, picking up 3 11 champagne and into the 6 mm pearl and the bicon and into the next 6 mm pearl. So after completing this round, this would be the look, and I will be doing this till I reach the last pearl on the other end. Now here I am adding my 11 O's to the last pearl, last 3 mm pearl, this. And this is the last. So this was the last set of 3 11 O's, and now you can see the look. So after adding these embellishment, right now I'm exiting through this 6 mm pearl. Again I'm moving into this next 6 mm pearl, and now I'm going to pick up the set of these 4 beads, 4 mm bicon, 3 mm pearl, 4 mm bicon and 3 mm pearl, and I'm passing through the 4 mm bicon like this. Now picking up 1 3 mm pearl, 1 4 mm bicon and 1 3 mm pearl, the 3 beads now, and into this next 4 mm bicon, again picking up the set of these 3 beads, 3 mm pearl, 4 mm bicon and 3 mm pearl, into the next bicon, so this way we are going to add the set of these 3 beads round the pearl taking passes through the picons, and we will be adding the set of these 3 beads throughout this row till we reach this last pearl. And now I'm adding the set of my beads to this last pearl. So for the last pearl we are going to pick up 4 beads, one 3 mm pearl, 4 mm bicon, 3 mm pearl and 4 mm bicon. And here I'm going to pass through this 6 mm pearl like this. Now as I'm adding the beads to this pearl on the corner or the first pearl on the other side, I'm again picking up 4 beads, one 4 mm bicon, 3 mm pearl, one 4 mm bicon and 3 mm pearl, and going into this right here. And now I'm going to add the 3 beads as I have done here. So I'm going to pick up one 3 mm pearl, 4 mm bicon and one 3 mm pearl and into the 4 mm bicon. This way I'm going to add the set of these 3 beads throughout this row till I reach this last pearl over here. And here I have reached this last pearl on this side, and on this last bead I'm going to add the set of 4 beads, the 3 mm pearl, 4 mm bicon, 3 mm pearl and one 4 mm bicon. So these 4 beads and into this 6 mm pearl like this. You can see the look after completing this round. And now direct sitting through the 6 mm pearl, I'm going down into these 3 11 O's and the 3 mm pearl like this, up through the 3 11 O's, and now I'm picking up 215 O champagne and into the 3 mm pearl like this, into the bicon, the 3 mm pearl, into the bicon and into the 3 11 O's like this, into the 3 mm pearl like this, into these 3 11 O's, again picking up 2 15 O champagne and into the 3 mm pearl on this side, the other side of the raw component, into the bicon, the 3 mm pearl and the 4 mm bicon, into these 11 O's like this. And now into the 3 mm pearl once again, into these 3 11 O's, down through the 6 pearl, into this 6 pearl, into the next 6 pearl, the 4 bicon, and into the next 6 pearl, now into the 11 O's, the 3 pearl, into these 3 11 O's, and now I'm picking up 215 O champagne, up through the 3 pearl, the 4 bicon, down through the 3 pearl, again picking up 215 O champagne, down through these 3 11 O's and the 3 pearl, moving on to the other side, into the 3 11 O champagne, picking up 2 15 O champagne, and into the 3 pearl, the 4 bicon, down through the 3 pearl, picking up 215 O champagne, into the 11 O's, into this 3 pearl at the center, into the 3 11 O's, and now down into the 6 pearl, the 4 bicon, and the next 6 pearl, like this. Now again stepping up into the 11 O's, the 3 pearl, into these 3 11 O's, again picking up 2 15 O champagne, into the 3 pearl, the 4 bicon, the 3 pearl, picking up 2 15 O champagne, down through these 3 11 O's, into the 3 pearl, up into these 3 11 O's, again picking up 2 15 O champagne, into these 3 pearl, 4 bicon, and the 3 pearl, taking up 215 of champagne into the 311 back into the 3 pearl, into the 311, and here I have almost finished up with my thread, so I'm going to end it up, moving into the 6 pearl, and now I'm going to show you how to add another thread. Now after exiting through this pearl, I'm tying a knot in between the two pearls as we have done earlier, like this. Into this 6 pearl, tying a knot here, again in between these two pearls, into the pearl, this one, and into the pearls like this. And now we can cut this thread off. And now we are going to add another thread to our bracelet. Now I have taken about 4 feet of thread, and here I'm passing through. We have to add the thread here, so I'm passing through this pearl and tying a knot in between these two pearls, like this, into this next 6 pearl, tying a knot in between these two pearls, into this pearl, like this, up into the pearl, the bicon, and into this pearl, and here we have reached this pearl to which we have added the 50 nose. Now into the 11 nose and the 3 pearl, like this, up through the 311 nose, and now I'm going to add 50 nose on both these sides and complete this till I reach this last set of beads here. So friends, here I have completed this embellishing the top of the bracelet, and right now I'm exiting through this last pearl, 6 pearl, and now moving it to this set of 11 O's and into the 3 pearl, into these 3 11 O's, picking up 2 15 O champagne, up into this 3 pearl, the picon, the 3 pearl, the picon, and into the set of these 3 11 O champagne, back into the 3 pearl, into the set of these 11 O's on the opposite side, picking up 215 O champagne into the 3 pearl, the picon, and the 3 pearl, 4 picon, and into the set of these 11 O champagne, back into the 3 pearl, up through the 3 11 O's, down into the 6 pearl, and now I'm going to tie a knot as I'm exiting through this 6 pearl. I'm tying a knot between these 2 pearls, and tying a knot into the pearl. Once again, tying a knot here between these 2 pearls, into the 6 pearl, and into the 6 pearl, the 4 bicon, just taking a pass through a couple of beads, and now I'm cutting my thread off. So here we have completed our pearl picon bracelet, and you can see the look. Just push it in. You can see the look. Friends, in this project I used in all 18 feet long thread to make the bracelet, but I have used the thread in parts, 6 feet all the time, 6 feet thrice, and I added the thread in between, and I had shown you how you can add the thread. There is no harm in using the thread in parts, as the longer thread tends to fray up while taking too much passes through the beads, and it also gets to tangle up. So I always prefer to take smaller threads for making my bracelet or any other. Even in my necklace I prefer to take smaller threads. And if you have secured the thread properly while adding it up, and while when you have finished the thread and while adding it up, then it is not going to damage your project or your necklace or your bracelet. The main thing is to secure your thread properly. So you can see the look of the bracelet. You can't even see the threads where I added the thread. So very neatly we have to do the work, and you can see the look, the finished look. You can see, and let us just take a quick look over other colorways. The three bracelets, you can see the green, the pink, and the blue, and the look on the top that has been created by using these 11 O's. Here in both these I have used champagne 11 O's over the color, the basic color that I am using, and here I have used that basic color 11 O's on the top of these 11 O's, these pearls in light gold and dark gold color or champagne color. You can see the difference that has been created, and in all these colorways it looks really very gorgeous. So it depends on you which variation you want to make in your bracelet. So friends, I'm sure you are going to love making these bracelets, love wearing it, and of course gifting it to your near and dear ones. So friends, if you like my designs and my tutorials, please do subscribe to my channel, and please don't forget to press the bell icon so that you may get notified when I'll upload my next videos. Thank you and namaste.